I'll get you started.
So how you guys doing? My name is Richard Ecker, again, for those of you that don't remember me. I have a question for you. So, what car manufacturer is owned by more millionaires than any other brand? Anybody?
What's that?
So what car manufacturer is owned by more millionaires than any other?
General Motors.
No.
Close.
Great
Close.
Motors.
Ford.
Yeah,
Ford.
General Motors.
Surprising, right?
Yes.
So, why Ford? You know, why do millionaires buy Fords? You know, that's probably a big question. Well, they buy them because they want to be millionaires. You know, they're cheap. They're not concerned about, you know, their status. Okay. So how do you get to become a millionaire? What strategies do you take? So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk a little bit about how you can think like a millionaire, how you can use these kind of the same processes that they have and transfer it into real estate investing. So why should I even be talking about real estate investing? Well, for about the last year, I've been reading up on books. I've been going to local meetup groups. I've been going to seminars, and 2 months ago, I closed on my first real estate deal. So I have, you know, a little bit of an idea of what goes on in their minds. Obviously, I'm still learning. So the main aspects and what I want to talk about today of how to think like a millionaire is you first have to control your finances, you have to develop your personal growth, and you got to have a clear goal and a drive. Okay? So the very first thing that I want to talk about, and what is probably more important than anything else, is your ability to eliminate debt and control your finances. I mean, how many broke millionaires are out there? I mean, not many. So how do you do that? Well, Clark Howard prefaced that in order to eliminate debt, you have to start spending cash on just about everything. You have to adopt a cash system. Okay? How do you get rid of that credit card? How do you get rid of that debit card and that dependence? Well, you can cut them up. That's one way of doing it. Why should we get rid of credit cards? Why should we get rid of the debit cards? According to Andrew Beatty, people spend 12 to 18% more money when they use a credit card or a debit card. So you got to get rid of those things. You know, most millionaires, they usually don't buy things unless they can really afford it. If they have to take out credit, they're probably not going to do it. Investments aside. Also, how do you start using cash? How do you start going to a budget system where it's all cash? Well, once again, going back to Clark Howard, the way that he basically comes up with it is you develop an envelope system. So at the beginning of the month, you develop a budget with all your expenses for the entire month, similar to this one here. So you outline every single expense that you have and what you're going to spend on it. Your food, your gasoline, your credit card bills, all of it. Put it on a spreadsheet and write it down. And guess what? You can't spend any more money than you put there. So for eating out and entertainment, you put a set amount of money and you're done. And basically, the way you hold yourself accountable to that is you take envelopes and you stick money in those envelopes, and that's what you use. So if I'm going out to the movie theater, I'm going to reach into my envelope that says entertainment, I'm going to pull out money. Once it's empty, I can't go to the movie theater anymore. And you gotta learn to apply that across the board. So that's one of the first steps of thinking and behaving like a millionaire. The other thing is you need to get rid of your debt. So you want to start paying off your highest interest debt, whatever it is. So if you have a credit card that's making 17, 18% interest, that's the one that you're going to want to pay out first. So focus all your spending on that as much as possible. The sooner that you start doing this, the more money you're going to have available that you can use to invest in real estate. So what is the next step? Now you have your finances in control. Now you need to start learning. Okay? So the first things that you're going to want to do is pick up a couple books. Specifically these books here by David Crook, the Wall Street Journal Complete Real Estate Investing Guidebook. Great book. Gives you a pretty good introductory version of how to get started. You want to block out a minimum of 30 minutes a day to try to, gain that information. You're not going to, don't expect to get everything done in like a month. You're going to want to dedicate probably like 3 or 4 months of just learning. Okay? Attend local real estate groups. You want to network. You want to meet as many people that are in that industry as possible. So you want to get a mortgage lender. You want to get an accountant. You want to get a contractor. These are the people that you want to meet because they will help you grow. Also attend seminars as much as possible. So what other tools are necessary to become a millionaire? Well, it's all up here. You got to have the drive and the determination. And you got to have goals that are easily attainable. So how do you start, developing these certain goals? Start small. Make goals that are not far out of reach. And hold yourself accountable to them. Well, have people hold you accountable, like friends. Say, hey, did you read that book for 30 minutes? Okay? Have them help you. Always stay active, never be idle. Even if you're just home, go online and just read as much as possible on anything that you can find, So, in summary, you have to become a millionaire in your mind in order to be successful in real estate. Once again, control your finances. I can't stress that enough. That is the absolute number one importance. Get that drive, get that determination, get those clear goals established. If you want to start, making a difference and becoming successful, take some of these tidbits of advice. Vince Lombardi said, the difference between a successful person and one who isn't a lack of knowledge or strength, it's a lack of will. So go out there and start learning.